some research, and here's what they did. They brought a group of people into a room, and then in this room were two strings hanging from both sides of the wall. And let's see. No, there was a string hanging from the middle of the wall and a hook on the side of the wall, and your job was to try to attach the string to the hook. But the problem was when you grab the string and you drag it over to the hook on the other side of the wall, it's not, let's see, I'm trying to remember, how did it work? It was two strings. You're trying to attach two strings. But when you grab one string and you take it to its end, you can't reach the other string. And you let that go and you grab that string and you take it to the end and you can't reach that string. Well, in the room, there's usually some other object like a wrench or some scissors or something. But otherwise, those are the only things in the room. And so people are brought into this room and they're asked to solve this problem. And so they think about it and they work on it, and only a certain percentage of people actually are able to solve the problem. Well, the next group of people who come in, the scientists do something unique, and they say, hey, before you start, we're going to we want to reward you for taking part in our research study, and we want to just give you this little reward, and it's like a box of cookies, small reward. And then they invite them in, and they try to solve this problem, and it was like a 35-40% increase in people who solved the problem because they had the reward. Well, what they studied when they found this was that dopamine. So we tend to get into like a deep thought mode where we are fixated on a problem and we're thinking deep instead of broad. But when we get a reward, dopamine squirts across our prefrontal cortex, and that encourages creative thought. So by the way, it's interesting when you go to like corporate retreats and stuff, often what they do to facilitate the brainstorming that's going to happen is they have rewards, and there's actually a science behind this. This is why. Well, then they did a second part where what they found was they would have people in the original setting come in, try to solve the problem. If they couldn't solve the problem, they would then take them out and say, hey, we wanted to thank you for trying, and we want to just give you some time and stuff, and they give them this reward, and they come back in and they can solve the problem because they now have this renewed perspective.